10 major changes in Afghanistan since the Taliban took office. 1 month has passed since the Taliban took control of Afghanistan. But despite the fact that they have announced their interim government, they have not yet held a formal ceremony to introduce it. And there are reports of internal dispute. After coming to power and taking control of Afghanistan quickly, the Taliban promised that they were no longer the former Taliban. But some of the actions they have taken over the past few days show that their words are not the same as their actions. Here are at least 10 key aspects of the Taliban behavior in action, such as music ban. The Taliban have ordered radio stations to broadcast music from radio. Since then, the radio have only broadcast some epic and patriotic music. Panjshir is the only province that has not been completely captured by the Taliban, and National Resistance Front forces are still fighting the Taliban. There are reports of Pakistan Air, the support for Taliban forces in the Panjshir. Cabinet wanted. When the Taliban announced the new interim government and its cabinet members, a number of non-mint cabinet members were on the UN or US sanctions list, and significant cash rewards were set for information leading to their arrest. Women's rights. Women, especially government employees, have not been allowed to go to work. Even in the early days of the Taliban control of Afghanistan, Taliban insurgents attacked and wounded a number of women protesters in Kabul and Herat. Women in politics. The Taliban have introduced a government whose cabinet members are all male. The Taliban have also so far bred women from going to work. Cultural activities. Cultural activities will only be allowed if the Taliban recognize that they are within the framework of Islamic law. Journalists' rights. So far, several journalists have been severely beaten or tortured by the Taliban. Economy. Famine and drought have faced Afghans to flee the country. The Taliban do not have access to money, and the UN World Food Programme has said the country's food receivers may be depleted by the end of the month. This could put 14 million people at risk of starvation. Protests. The Taliban insurgents have often fired, shot, and beaten demonstrators in the face of protest. The group recently announced that no one has the right to protest until the law is explained and with the prior permissions of their officials. The details and content of the protest slogans must also be discussed with the Taliban officials in advance. Immigration crisis. After the Taliban came to power, a large number of Afghan citizens have fled the country, which has gradually fueled a new immigration crisis in the world. Encourage congruent news with your subscription and like.